friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Aso Tarot, and in today's pick a card reading we are going to be looking at who is missing you and why. So this doesn't necessarily have to be a love interest. We are allowing any energies to come through, though if there is a romantic energy and you're not asking about a romantic person, you may want to disregard those messages. Now there will be an extended today, but the extended is going to be dependent on what energy comes through in your reading and what we pick up on. So each extended is going to be unique, so you'll have to stay tuned to your reading to find out what that will be. But of course, it's not really going to be relevant if the reading doesn't resonate. But anyway, we have 4 different piles for you to choose from today. Starting with pile 1, we have the Lightseer's Tarot and this Seraphinite heart. And then for pile 2, we have the Mystical Medleys Tarot and this piece of red Jasper. I believe she's a bit unique looking. And then for pile 3, we have the Santa Muerte Tarot and this Aquamarine Fox. And then finally for pile 4, we have the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot and this Sunstone in Iolite Palm Stone. So go ahead, pause the video if you need to, take some time to meditate to decide which pile or piles you feel most drawn to. It is absolutely okay to be drawn to more than one. It is quite possible that multiple people could be missing you. But if you're coming to this video just to comment, LOL, no one misses me, take that self-deprecating energy back where you got it and come back when you recognize that you're a valuable human and that people can miss you. But anyway, once you've picked your pile or piles, you can go ahead and scroll down to the description box or the comment section where I will have all the timestamps for each pile listed below. The links for the extended will be down there as well. And once you have picked your pile or piles, I will see you in your reading. Hi there, pile 1. If you guys chose the Seraphinite heart and the Lightseer's Tarot, this is going to be your reading on who misses you and why. So we're going to use the tarot for the why part, but first we got to ask who dis. So we're going to look at some oracle cards to see who dis is. So to start, we have the Crone in reverse. We have Neptune. We have Calming with Acceptance, and the trigger statement being, I cannot trust anyone, and the true statement being, everyone deserves my love. And it says, I open my heart to heal and release. I open myself to the peace of divine love and grace. We also have the Fire Ant. And finally, we have the ego response of the Abstinent, and it says, I forgive myself for shaming myself for the intensity with which I experience my life. I choose to believe that when I open myself up to the full spectrum of experience, I'll give myself permission to explore the depths of my being so that I may gain a clearer understanding of who I am to be in the world. And finally, we have Love, and we have Change. You guys got 2 of these cards. So who this is for you is kind of interesting. For some of you, I do get the vibe like this is a family member, but not for everyone. With the Crone, the typical archetype is an older, wiser woman, but I don't necessarily get that vibe for this pile. In fact, I would not even put a specific gender on this, or sex, I guess you could say. What I would say is that this person is definitely someone who you love or used to love in some way, shape, or form. So that could be like a familial love, a friend love, or a romantic interest type of love. I do feel like this person is older than you, but I don't think that they're necessarily more mature than you. I do feel like this person has been through a lot, and with Neptune here, I do get the vibe like they could have either in the past or currently deal with some sort of addiction issues or just issues with being present and being in reality fully. I do feel like they may kind of get lost in their own energies and maybe at times get kind of sucked into energies that they may not be aware are more negative or not aligned with their highest good. I do feel like for some of you, this person had a really tough upbringing and that's really affected how they look at life. But the biggest vibe that I'm getting is that this is someone that really cares about you, and you either really care about them or did care about them. with the love card being here, I do feel like this person has a hard time with people that they love because they're afraid of losing that love, or they're afraid of being hurt. With the Fire Ant card being here, this can talk about someone who looks at things in a very streamlined kind of way, where maybe they're less open-minded, or they may have trouble seeing other people's perspectives, is the best way I could put it. And the vibe that I get is that this person could be pretty sensitive or very easily triggered. And I do feel like this person is really struggling with maybe how their actions push people away, or how they treat people because of their own emotional vulnerabilities. With this abstinence card here being here, I feel like this person does feel really intense emotions, and at times can be very intense with how they express them, and could be like very overwhelmingly I don't know how I was gonna phrase that. They can just be very intense and potentially aggressive when they're feeling triggered or feeling cornered or attacked by someone. And I feel like there probably was some sort of disagreement here, or some kind of change that happened in your life that this person didn't take too well. For some of you, I get the vibe like this could be a motherly figure or a guardian of some kind that maybe didn't take too well to you doing something on your own, or kind of took something that really had nothing to do with them really personally. For others, I get the vibe that, you know, maybe if you were, for example, in a relationship with this person, that, you know, maybe this relationship was just kind of heading in a different way, or you were kind of growing and changing and this person wasn't ready to deal with that. Or for some of you, it is quite possible that this person rejected you, and due to the fact that they were afraid of being hurt. But I don't get that vibe for most of you. For most of you, I feel like this person may have felt some sort of rejection or felt some sort of abandonment by you, but I don't think that was intentional on your part. I think you may have very well just been living your life, and because this person loves and cares about you, they may have gotten upset that this decision that you made didn't impact their life in the way that they wanted. I feel like this person does really care about their own comfort and safety. I don't think that they necessarily always think about things in terms of how it benefits others. But I feel like this person is trying to grow. And I think whatever happened between the two of you is an experience that has been showing this person that maybe they take things too personally, or that they take things too close, or like they take things that don't necessarily have anything to do with them and make them into a personal attack, when that's not what the intention was ever. Because with the Neptune card being here, I feel like this person can almost get lost in their own negative emotions or their own self-pity. And I'm not saying this in like a judgmental way or anything like that. It's just how I'm perceiving the energy. Because I do feel like, above all else, this person has just been really wounded in their life. And I think that when they really care about someone, they get really afraid of losing that connection. And so whatever connection you have to this person, I feel like you may have triggered some fear response in them, and whatever it was that happened. And this person could have pushed you away or stopped talking to you because they felt like they were being personally attacked, or they felt like maybe you didn't love them anymore, or that you were changing in some way. But really, I feel the overwhelming need to assure you that this was very much not your fault, in the sense that, like, the vibe that I get from whatever this situation was is that you were doing something that was in your own best interest and aligned with your highest good, and that this person did not take it very well because it conflicted with what they wanted or their own needs. I feel like this person is still learning how to meet their own needs, and may at times desire for other people to meet their needs or reassure them, and this person felt like they weren't getting the reassurance or something like that, which we're kind of already going into why, but I'm gonna push this aside and start pulling out the cards. But more than anything, I feel like this person is learning a lot in terms of how to meet their own needs. But more than anything, I feel like there's a lot of hard feelings here, in the sense that you may be beating yourself up for things that were never your fault to begin with. But yeah, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and get into the tarot cards, because I do really feel like no matter what, this is someone that you either used to love and care about, or you do love and care about, but you're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place, in the sense that you either appease this person or do what you feel is right. And that's not an easy situation to be in, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. But I do feel like this person is kind of becoming more aware of how maybe their perception has been distorted. I just saw the Empress card for a second there. So for some of you, this could definitely be like a motherly figure that, you know, maybe is afraid of letting go of their baby in some way. But I do feel like this person is recognizing how maybe they've pushed you away and almost created an outcome that they were trying to prevent or were afraid of by acting in a certain way. But let's just go ahead and see, Spirit, why is this person missing pile 1? Okay, yeah, we have Strength in reverse. We have the Six of Wands upright. We have the King of Swords in reverse. We have the King of Wands upright. Can we clarify Strength in reverse, please? We have the Seven of Cups in reverse. We have the Six of Wands upright. We have the Tower. Okay. We have the Nine of Pentacles upright. We have the Eight of Pentacles upright, and we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay, yeah, for some of you, this may not be a motherly figure, but this may actually be like a friend or someone that you were really close to that you're no longer close to. I feel like this friend or whoever this person was really liked you being dependent on them. With the Seven of Wands in reverse, they don't have access to your life anymore. And if I'm being honest, if you cut them off, it may have been for the best. I don't want to make that decision for you. Like, ultimately, you know your truth better than I do. But the vibe that I'm getting here, especially with the Six of Wands upright and the Tower in reverse, is that this person misses you being dependent on them, or misses you needing them. I feel like to them, need is love. And I feel like this person really enjoyed having more control in your life. I really see you in the Six of Wands and this Nine of Pentacles, especially this Nine of Pentacles. It's like you don't need them for advice. You don't ask about their opinion. And we actually have a reversed Crow again. I feel like this person sees you doing well, and they don't like the fact that they're not a part of it. It's like, especially, yeah, with that Two of Pentacles here, it's almost like I'm hearing that song, like, now you're just somebody that I used to know. It's like this person, I feel like this person thought that, like, you would always rely on them and depend on them. And now that you don't, they recognize where maybe they were being unfair, or the fact that they couldn't keep your perspective hidden. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of struggling with this energy, because I don't want to like put something on this energy that's more nefarious than it actually is. Because for some of you, I feel like this person maybe is just a more anxiously attached type person and a little bit more codependent for others. But for others, I feel like this person maybe really enjoyed having you under their thumb in an almost kind of egotistical, or dare I say, like narcissistic type way. I'm not saying that this person is a narcissist. We're not diagnosing anything like that. And I think the word is way too overused, but I think an aspect, maybe a self-centered trait or an egocentric trait that that for some of you, this person could have is one where this person likes ruling over people or having people almost bow down to them or follow their advice, listen to what they're saying. And I feel like you're doing well on your own. You're doing well without this person. And I don't think this person likes that. I feel like this person almost wants to be able to take credit for you doing well in your life. And with this Strength card in reverse, with the Seven of Cups in reverse, I feel like this person thought they had a really strong hold on you. And the fact that they don't anymore is upsetting to them, especially because they see you shining. And honestly, there is some jealousy attached to that. Especially with the King of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles here, I feel like this person never thought that you could be successful without them or successful on their own. And with the King of Wands upright and the Eight of Pentacles upright, it's like maybe this person has tried to mend things with you or has tried to be a part of your life, and it's like you're either too busy or not interested, and I think it makes this person miss you even more. I almost feel like with this lion like being in the background, it's almost like your back is kind of to them and they're like watching you and feeling left out. But I think for most of you there's an awareness that they may have created this situation, especially with the Seven of Wands being in reverse here. It's like you've learned how to protect your energy and you're recognizing what is your responsibility and what's not your responsibility. And I do really want to commend you on the ability to set boundaries even when the people you're setting boundaries with or the things you're setting boundaries with, or I guess the people that you're setting boundaries with may not be necessarily too happy with it, because I feel like this person talked down to you, or at the very least got a high off of talking down to you, or just really enjoyed feeling like they were in control of you. And your attention to them, I think, is something that they really enjoyed. And now that they don't have it, they miss it. And that's definitely not your responsibility. But I feel like this person's ego was really bruised at first when they realized that you didn't need them. But once they realized that you were thriving without them, I think that they really, really didn't like that. And I feel like for some of you, maybe it's been a while since you've been in contact with this person, and a lot has changed in that time, and it seems like you've only been getting better, and it's like you have enough in your life and enough stability and comfort in your life to where there's literally no reason for you to reach out to this person or for you to communicate with this person. And I think that this person really doesn't like that. I feel like this person really hates that, if I'm being honest. And it's interesting because there are a lot of figures, at least upright ones, where their back is turned to you, to the camera. And I feel like, you know, they just feel like you've turned your back on them. And honestly, maybe like created their own narrative around this situation that isn't necessarily the objective truth, but they believe it and they're kind of soaking in it now. But I feel like this person misses being able to control you, or misses being able to keep you under their thumb, or keep reality hidden from you. But the thing is I don't think that they ever hid reality from you. I feel like they just enjoyed a version of you that was more scared and unsure. They enjoyed a version of you that needed them and relied on them. And the fact that you don't need that anymore is really frustrating to them. And I feel like they project a lot of things onto you that are not accurate. Like, I feel like they think that, I just got this message, and take with it what you will, but I feel like this person thinks that you're doing like black magic on them or something, which I don't really get messages like that very often, but I don't think you are, if I'm being honest. I just feel like this person thinks that you hate them or that you're an enemy to them or something like that, but it's very one-sided. I feel like you've just kind of removed your energy and are moving on in life. And if I'm being honest, this energy does kind of make me really sad, because it's like I'm hearing Love to Hate Me by Blackpink in my head right now. And I think it's because this person really is like, oh, okay, well, if you're not gonna love me, like, or if you're not gonna be what I want you to be or what I want us to be, then we're enemies. It's like this person has very all or nothing thinking patterns, and they don't look at things from a very objective perspective. They're very much looking at things through their own wounding. And I think that they just miss what used to be. But if I'm being honest, you know, I don't think that they would like the version of you now, because the version of you now is much more empowered. And I think that this person really thrived off of having power over you and being able to call the shots. And now that you're much more empowered and you do what you want and you're independent, you're abundant, and you don't need some sort of, you know, guide, I say guide in quotations, or controlling energy. I feel like this person just feels a lot of rejection, and they almost just wish you would come crawling back, because it would be like an ego thing for them. It would be like I knew they couldn't be without me, or I knew they needed me. And honestly, that's really interesting, because with the Love Oracle card coming through and the Heart Chakra Oracle card, it does seem like this person genuinely loved you, but I think this person's perception of love is warped, because either they haven't experienced unconditional love, or like they haven't experienced love from a more objective place. You know, I'm not saying that you have to unconditionally love people or things like that, but I feel like this person views love as, if you love me, then you will do this to appease me, not I love you, so I want you to do what's best for you. I feel like this person doesn't really think about what's best for other people. They think about what's best for them and what they want, and anything outside of that is not acceptable. And I think that you became aware of that and kind of changed the dynamic and probably set boundaries with this person, and likely just took your energy away. I feel like this person doesn't like that you don't fight for them. Like, that's kind of another hit to their ego, and they feel kind of removed from you, and they do miss you. But I feel like even if you came back into their life, they would be frustrated, or they wouldn't like it, because it's not the version of you that they are used to. And, you know, this message is like kind of short and sweet, but it really is kind of like, wow, you're doing really well on your own. I don't see why. It's understandable why you wouldn't want this person in your life, or why you would set boundaries with them, because this person really, I think that they liked that you didn't see your own worth. They liked that you were very giving and gave them whatever they wanted or needed. And it's like when you took that away, you kind of took that supply of validation and approval away as well. And so now all that's left is rejection, and the fact that you don't ask for their advice, or you don't ask what they think, or you don't let them into your life. I mean, I think they miss that. But if I'm being honest, this person doesn't miss you. They miss the you that you were then, that put up with their BS. So I think in this extended, what we're going to look at is, I just had it, now I lost it. I think we're going to look at what you need to know about this situation, and advice moving forward when it comes to like setting boundaries and like the right types of people to be in your life. Because it definitely seems like you've been healing a lot from relationships where it's like you were setting yourself on fire to keep other people warm. So I think that's what we're going to do there. But we're going to finish off first with some, oh my gosh, I forgot to do letters and numbers. I decided that we're going to finish off with advice, but for extra validation for like the who this is, I figured I would just get some letters and numbers to maybe help clarify that. maybe you can find yourself. This is just a little extra thing, so if it doesn't resonate, that's okay. Okay, so we have a B, we have an A, we have an X, we have 2 C's, so maybe double letters are significant. We have a U, we have another C. Maybe like alcohol could be significant here, because I don't know why BAC just made me think of like blood alcohol level. We have an 8, we have a 0, we have a K. Oh, wow, we have back. Like maybe this person wants you to come back, which I mean, we've kind of seen, but we also have an H. And oh my God, we were talking about like the back, the facing back, and then those words came out. That's interesting. We have 5, 5. This would have been easier if I had done this beforehand, but oh well, I will remember for the next one. We have 8, so we have 5, 5, 5. So if that's a synchronicity that you've been seeing a lot, that's maybe confirmation that like you've been making the right changes. We have a T, we have an X, we have a J, we have 2 X's actually, and an H and an S, and a 9 that flew out of the frame. If I can pick it up with my nails, that's a hard thing with these nails. We have a 9. Lots of C's. We have a C, C, C with it right here. We have a U, that J, 3, 3, 9, 8, C. Okay, I think I went through all of them. So any of those signs could be significant, but we're gonna finish off with some advice now for you before we go on to the extended. And like I just said in the extended, I think what we're gonna look at is what you need to know about this situation, and then how you can set better boundaries in the future, and what Spirit wants you to know about just connections and relationships moving forward. So we have release. You have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe, which I think is what you've already been doing, and Spirit's kind of confirming that. We have Wolverine. You are a lot tougher than you think. Yeah, it takes a lot of strength to walk away from connections and relationships, and I don't mean just connections like romantically, but like any relationship that's like this. Yeah, you're awesome. We also have step out of your comfort zone, and we have unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Yeah, I really feel like you're in this process of freeing yourself, and I think this is really awesome. And I'm really excited to move into the extended, because we're gonna look at what energy you're inviting now that you're releasing this. But honestly, Spirit's really confirming that you're doing what's best for you, and although it may be tough, it's really gonna be worth it. And I will say from personal experience, like I have dealt with things like this before, and while it's really hard and sad, you know, you can't show people the way. You gotta do what's best for you, and ultimately, you know, you gotta be your own cheerleader and your own protector, and set those boundaries. And once you have peace in your life, you'll realize how nice it is, and that sacrificing that just to appease others is not worth it. So pile 1, that's all I have. I'm gonna move things over to the extended, but if you are leaving me here, which is totally fine, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for watching my ads. That is the simplest and easiest way to support me. But if you would like to support me in other ways, you can like this video, you can comment down below, let me know how it resonates. You can subscribe if you haven't already, and you can click that notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. You can also check out my social media, though do be aware I have scammers pretending to be me. I do not offer personal readings, and if it is not linked, if the social media is not linked to my YouTube channel, it is not mine. And I have merch, but that's all I have. So thank you guys so much for being here and for letting me give you this reading. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hi there, pile 2. If you guys chose this rough red Jasper stone and the mystical Medleys tarot, this is going to be your reading on who is missing you and why. So we're going to use the tarot to look at why, but first we have to ask who dis. So we're going to go ahead and start by looking at these oracle cards. So to start, we have the animal, we have Gemini, and we're also missing 2 cards. Where did they go? Where? What? Oh, they fell on me. Okay. We also have Ginger with Will, and the trigger statement is I am a victim, and the true statement is I am powerful beyond measure. You are strong and capable with gratitude, optimism, and action. Manifest the life you desire. We also have Frog with the water element. And finally, we have Light and this ego card that says, I forgive myself for neglecting my internal world and instead living by reacting to what is placed before me. I choose to believe that when I take time to fully appreciate and accept my fears, I begin to operate from a version of myself not ruled by those fears, which is also a victim energy. So this is really interesting. This person is definitely someone that I think you haven't talked to in a while, which would make sense if they're missing you. But I definitely feel like this person has been through a lot of shifts, and I think you've only seen one side of this person. With the Gemini card being here, they could have Gemini placements, or the month of June or the very end of May could be significant. With the Frog being here, representing the water element, they could also have Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces placements, but like I said, they don't have to. Just take that as you will. And the vibe that I get from this person is that they may come off as maybe more meek or less empowered. They've been on this journey of learning how to empower themselves, how to become a stronger version of themselves. And with this victim card being here twice, I feel like this person has really depended on others to help them feel safe, or maybe has kind of not really stood up for themselves or put their truth out there because they've been worried that they might be rejected or they might be judged, or there may just be this vibe in general that they're not safe to speak their truth. With the animal card being here, I feel like this person is actually healing in a way where they're almost accepting their humanity and their flaws. What I really like about this is that I feel like this person is starting to take accountability for what is their role in going after things. I feel like this person is used to people coming to them, used to people showing up for them. But I don't think that's an expectation, but I feel like this person isn't necessarily someone to go out of their way to like make plans, for example, or to reach out to others. And I don't think that this is because they don't want to. I think it's more so that they maybe are used to being on their own, or they just get afraid to put themselves out there and maybe be rejected. But I do feel like this person is very kind, but I don't think you've seen all of them, if that makes sense. There's definitely parts of them where they're much more fierce than you've seen. And I think that there's a very dual aspect to them with this Gemini card being here. I feel like they have a very quick mind, and you've probably had interesting conversations with them. Maybe you find that when you talk to this person, the conversation flows really easily, or maybe you've noticed that when you do talk to them, it's almost like the whole truth is never really coming out. Like there's a part of them that is a bit withdrawn and withheld. And I think that kind of goes into this victim energy. And I don't really like the word victim because I mean, I think some people can have strong responses to it. But I think that this person really has been living their life in accordance to how people respond to them and how people treat them rather than how they feel about themselves. I feel like they've been on this long journey of learning to look within and validate themselves so that they don't seek it from their external reality. I also feel like they're learning how to embrace their darker aspects with their light aspects. I feel like this person, especially with this light card being here, always tries to put their best foot forward when they're around you. And maybe if there have been complications in the past or disagreements in the past, maybe that's something that they've really beaten themselves up for. Like maybe there have been parts of themselves that have come out that they're not necessarily proud of, like maybe defensive parts of themselves or really emotional parts of themselves that maybe they don't like to show. And I feel like this person if there has been issues with you and them in the past, maybe they thought they were like a victim of circumstances or a victim of the situation. And I feel like they're realizing that they can empower themselves and that they don't have to define themselves based upon the events of the past. I also feel like they're looking at you in a very realistic way, where they're recognizing that you're both human, and that sometimes as humans we're going to have conflicting interests. We can miscommunicate, we can have misunderstandings. And I feel like this person maybe hasn't given themselves like the freedom to express themselves or the freedom to feel things in general. I think that's something that they have a really hard time with. And I do think that this person can maybe be hypersensitive or just afraid of the outside world sometimes. I feel like this person, it's kind of interesting because while they almost rely on the outside world to kind of get an understanding of themselves, which is something that's changing, I think that's what they were predisposed to do, they also fear the outside world at the same time, which is maybe why they give the outside world more credit when it comes to the responses and the validation or lack thereof that they get. But I think this person is learning to empower themselves and realize that they're not separate from the world, but in fact they are very much a part of it, and that they can put themselves out there if they wish. I do feel like this person has maybe been in a bit of a hermit mode, or kind of just figuring out their stuff, their inner stuff, without the pressure of being around others, or without the pressure of other people maybe invalidating what they're going through, or having to communicate their experiences and maybe people not quite understanding them. I do feel like, you know, with the bee here, maybe this person has felt stung by you, or vice versa, or maybe this person is recognizing where maybe they've stung others out of fear. I think this person is recognizing that they've been kind of detached from themselves in a way where they haven't maybe been as like present or aware of their more animalistic or emotional responses to people. I feel like they're starting to be more present in their body and present in their awareness, to the point where they can start to understand why they act the way they do, why certain things may trigger them, why they may act in certain ways when feeling triggered. I feel like they're starting to connect the dots and recognize that there's not separate parts of them, or there's not sides of them, but in fact they're a multidimensional being who experiences lots of different things. It's like they're no longer compartmentalizing certain aspects of their being. And I think that they're learning to get more comfortable with not only their darker aspects, but the shadows of them that they've been trying to ignore, and maybe the parts of them that they've been needing to heal or needing to address that they've been ignoring. And I feel like we're going to get into why in a second, but I definitely feel like this person is starting to recognize that they've been seeking things from their external world that they could have always provided themselves. So like things like validation, things like encouragement, affirmations, things like that. I mean, I don't think that this person is entirely alone. I just do think that they care about certain opinions, care more about certain opinions over others. And I think maybe this person really cares about your opinion, really cares about what you think of them. And I feel like this person maybe worries sometimes that you see them in a very disempowered way, which maybe you do, and that's partially because they have acted in ways that are disempowering to them. But I also feel like this person wishes that they could show you more sides of them. But to confirm this further, I'm just going to pull some letters and numbers. These don't have to resonate. I don't know, maybe this person resigned from something, but yeah, these letters and numbers don't have to be significant, but they could help confirm if the reading is for you or that it is the person that you're thinking of. Just take them how they resonate. So, Spirit, what letters and numbers are relevant to pile 2? Okay. So, we have a 2, we have a T, we have A, A. So we have 3 A's. So AAA could be significant, but also TA makes me think of like teaching assistant. This person could also have repeating letters in their name. So we have TAE. We also have 999. So this person could have been born in 1999, or 999 could be a significant synchronicity. I think that's a B. We have a C. We have an I, or is that an H? I can't tell. So I guess it could be an H or an I. I guess it doesn't really matter. And we have a K. So any of those could be significant. Hong Kong could be significant. We have a 0. We also have a 5, and we also have an O. So we have a lot of vowels. Yeah. I think I'm gonna pull just like 2 or 3 more because I feel called to. Okay, we have a broken K. So I feel like this might be a sign that there's something that's not okay between the two of you, or that maybe needs to be healed. We also have another 2 and 2 more 5s. So 555 could be significant, 222 could be significant. This person could be 25 or 52 or 55 or 22. But yeah, okay, let's go ahead and get into the tarot now and see why this person is missing you. So for your pile, we are using the Mystical Medleys Tarot, and I just totally realized that the little hand is kind of holding up a 2, so that's kind of cute. I didn't even notice that. I get this vibe like this person is maybe hypercritical of themselves, but at the same time, they have a hard time facing the reality of themselves. It's very paradoxical. So I don't know. I feel like you may feel like at times this person doesn't really show you who they truly are, but I feel like this person is still figuring out who they truly are. So Spirit, why is this person missing pile 2, please? We have the Hanged Man upright. We have the 6 of Cups in reverse. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse and the Moon upright. Can we clarify the Hanged Man upright, please? We have the Wheel of Fortune upright. With the 6 of Cups in reverse, we have the Page of Swords. We have the Empress in reverse with the Ace of Wands in reverse. Clarifying the Moon, we have the Devil. And on the back of the deck, we have the 3 of Swords in reverse. Okay. Wow. Okay, so this is kind of intense energy. I'm not going to lie. I feel like this person... I definitely kind of feel like this is a romantic sort of interest, but it doesn't have to be. The vibe that I get is that this person misses you in general, and I think it's best clarified here in the Moon and the Devil. This person feels tied to you in a way that they don't quite understand. With the Moon card being here, I think it kind of freaks them out as well. It's not necessarily something that they would readily admit to feeling, but they have pretty deep emotions for you and they don't understand why. I think they fear being around you, but at the same time, they feel almost tethered to you in some sort of way. Maybe that's because there's some things that need to be worked through, like maybe this person feels like your story isn't finished yet, or it could just be that this person feels like you hold some sort of key to their empowerment, like facing you in a certain way might help them empower themselves. With the Hanged Man in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune upright, I do feel like this person is doing a lot better than the last time you saw them. Their perspective has changed a lot, but it seems like with this Hanged Man and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, I think part of the reason that they miss you is because it's been a while since they've seen you. And with the 6 of Cups reverse of the Page of Swords, maybe they've tried to meet up with you and that just hasn't happened. And so they kind of feel like, oh, okay, well, if I can't see them, I guess I'm just like chilling and there's nothing I can do. It's not like I can force this person to show up or anything like that. But it could also be that this person maybe feels like there's something deeper between the two of you that hasn't been acknowledged, especially with the Six of Cups in reverse being clarified by the Page of Swords upright. I feel like you both have maybe played things very cool, or not admitted to any deeper emotions, or admitted to anything, or maybe not talked about like the energy that's shared between the two of you when you're around each other. I do feel like this person is at the mercy of time and divine timing, but with the Hanged Man in reverse, it's like this person misses you, but they're not necessarily trying to do anything to change that, because either they feel like maybe you don't want to see them, or the odds are not in your favor for some reason. Like maybe you're at a distance from one another, or maybe there's external factors as to why you can't see one another. With the Ace of Wands in reverse and the Empress up in reverse as well, I do feel like this person is more confident than the last time you saw them. And I also feel like this person misses how your presence made them feel about themselves, which is definitely an example of how they use their external reality to kind of, I wouldn't even say an ego boost, but kind of an ego boost to feel better about themselves. But also I think they miss some sort of magic that happens between the two of you when you're around each other. Like there's almost like this kind of creepy energy that they don't quite understand. I'm sorry for laughing. I just had Spirit just played me a clip from this vampire TV show. It's called What We Do in the Shadows. And I think it's like one of the first episodes. They're like buying paper for a party, and one of the vampires is like getting crepe paper, but he keeps calling it creepy paper. And yeah, Spirit showed me that. I don't know what significance that has, but I'm just tell you what I'm feeling and experiencing. With the Three of Swords being in reverse here, I do feel like this person really has a desire to heal this connection in whatever way they think it needs. Even if there hasn't been like a huge falling out or anything like that, I feel like there are things that need to be addressed. I also feel like this person is recognizing where maybe they've acted out in ways that aren't in alignment with their truth just because of their own past wounds. And I feel like they just want to set the record straight there. I also feel like this person has grown a lot since the last time you've seen them. With the Page of Swords being here as well, I feel like this person has a much greater awareness of who they are, what they want out of life. And I also think that they miss the kind of fun and camaraderie that you shared between the two of you. I feel like this person, despite the fact that they've matured a lot, I think that this person has a deep connection to their inner child. And I think that they feel a connection to your inner child as well. They feel like when you are around one another that your inner children just kind of come out, and they feel like it's just very fun to be around one another. I also think that if you're a partier or something like that, maybe this person doesn't party too much, or they don't really get out and get wild very often. And I think maybe this person kind of enjoys getting wild with you or having fun. With that Animal card, it's almost like this person feels more comfortable to let loose around you, or maybe it's the exact opposite. Maybe this person is used to letting loose and they feel more restrained around you because they don't want to give off the wrong impression. But with the Three of Swords being in reverse here, I do feel like this person is almost trying to suppress any feelings around you just because they don't want to hurt themselves again or all over again or in general. But if there have been hardships between the two of you in the past, like I feel like this person has healed a lot from that, and they've looked at things from a different perspective, and they're seeing things in a different light. And I think that they're in a much better place, and they just almost wish that they could kind of tell you what they've learned and how they've grown and what they've experienced. I feel like they just miss your energy, if I'm being honest. And I feel like they feel your energy a lot, especially with the Moon and the Devil. It's like they have a hard time escaping your energy, even though you may not be in contact or you may not even talk to one another. And I do think that could be something very frustrating with them, especially if they've tried to meet up with you, which I'm not putting any like blame or anything like that onto you. I'm just saying that maybe they feel like, you know, they wish they could see you and wish they could talk to you about this, but obviously they're not going to like force anything or anything like that, because, you know, everything has to be two-way street, you know. Well, with the Ace of Wands in reverse here as well, I do feel like this person misses the excitement that they felt when they were around you. I also feel like you gave this person creative inspiration that I even see here with the Empress being here. There's kind of this effortless energy that they feel exists between the two of you, where you guys just kind of flow off of one another, and I feel like the conversations are almost infectious, and there's a lot of laughter, a lot of fun, and I feel like this person wants to talk about the deeper aspects of this connection with you, or at the very least ask if you notice them too, because I feel like that would help them get a better understanding of what they're experiencing as well. But I feel like this person is also afraid of getting hurt, so it's kind of like they miss you, but they're not necessarily trying to make something happen too much or too often because they don't want to be rejected or they don't want to get hurt. With that Three of Swords here, I just keep noticing that the little heart is like, you know, using the sword as an arrow, and it's almost like they want to reach out to you, they want to see you, they want to talk about things, they want to heal things, but they're very afraid. And I feel like they're also afraid that what if they're like crazy, or that this is very one-sided or something like that. So I honestly feel like if this person has tried to meet up with you and that hasn't happened, that they may not really try anymore because they're afraid of getting hurt, or they just are thinking maybe you're not interested in talking to them. But if they haven't tried to do anything like that, they may just be withholding their energy because they're afraid of being hurt, or they're afraid of what might happen, or there could be external restrictions that are stopping them from reaching out to you. But with that Three of Swords in reverse there, I do feel like this person misses you and wants to heal this connection, but at the same time, it's like they're more focused on themselves right now and focused on what they can do to empower themselves, and they're not really trying to rock the boat too much or mess anything up. It's an interesting energy. But I think what we're going to do in the extended, seeing that this is the energy, is I want to see how this person is feeling about you and what they hope that this connection will be headed towards. And then I think we'll get some messages from Spirit, what Spirit wants you to know, and just finish off with some final advice. But for the remainder of this reading, we're going to go ahead and see what advice Spirit has for you specifically. So to start, we have take time to breathe out in reverse, which I think is really interesting that it came out in reverse, because I don't typically take oracle cards in reversals this way. But I think maybe Spirit is saying that if you've been avoiding this person or this connection, you don't have to do anything. Like, it's up to your own free will. But if you're avoiding this situation, Spirit may want you to ask yourself why. Like, why are you avoiding this? Not because you need to act on it, but maybe there is something inside of you that, if you were made aware of it, could be very enlightening and help you understand why you avoid certain things or why you may be afraid to face certain things. But with this take time to breathe out, I feel like Spirit is also saying, you know, maybe even just if you have been avoiding it, taking time to meditate on the subject or think about it in a more, like, what's the right word to use? In a more objective perspective, and from a perspective that's maybe less hard on yourself, because I do get the vibe that you may be very hard on yourself. That might be helpful, but this could also be a sign that maybe you're neglecting your internal world as well. So with this take time to breathe out in reverse, if you're kind of avoiding doing inner work or avoiding yourself, it may be a sign that you want to kind of look at that and see what's going on with your internal self. We also have Lemuria creating heaven on earth. It's happening. So I also think that Spirit is encouraging you to do whatever you can to take action towards having an environment that makes you happier, that makes you feel more fulfilled. This card always makes me think of like redesigning or remodeling your home or redecorating it or rearranging the furniture. But this also talks about, you know, grounding a more heavenly reality onto earth. And I think Spirit is asking you to think about the type of life that you want, even though this may have nothing to do with this person. I mean, maybe you want this person in your future or something like that, and that's part of your heaven on earth. So that could be a sign that Spirit is really encouraging you to think about what may be holding you back from this person or this situation. But I think on a broader scale, just thinking about the type of life you want to live and what heaven on earth would look like for you. I feel like Spirit is saying that you can have this, that is in your future. So let's brainstorm or think about what that looks like and what steps we can start to kind of ground this down on earth. We also have trust. You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. Yeah, I feel like Spirit is really saying like you can trust your intuition on this. You may be afraid to trust your intuition, and maybe you've intuitively felt things too, but it kind of freaks you out, and maybe you're a more logical type person, so you don't necessarily want to give your intuition much credit. But I feel like Spirit is asking you to give your intuition more of an opportunity to show you that you can trust it. And even if it's like little things, like, I don't know, I can't even think of an example, but I feel like Spirit is asking you to trust yourself here. And if you've kind of been avoiding going within and listening to your inner self, I think Spirit's really encouraging you to do that, because I think that you have a much stronger intuition than you realize. And we also have grouse, which is express yourself through rhythm and movement by drumming and dancing. So shamanic drumming is something that came to mind, if that's something maybe you want to look into. I've never done it before, but that's just kind of what I heard. But if you're also someone who doesn't really like meditating in the form of like just sitting there and, you know, sitting with yourself, walking or dancing to music can be very meditative and very good for your mindset. Anything to kind of get your racing brain out of the way and kind of just allow whatever wants to come through can actually be really useful. But I think Spirit is encouraging you also that maybe if you've kind of been working a lot or really just focused and sitting a lot and not really moving too much, I feel like Spirit's kind of encouraging you to just move your body and play in the form of dance or in the form of just, you know, getting active, getting out there. Or also, I want to mention as well, I feel like Spirit may be sending you messages through music. So I would pay attention to the music that is randomly sent your way. Like if you're in a coffee shop or in the grocery store, like pay attention to what music comes on and see if it has any resonance with you. Or, you know, if you're hitting shuffle on your music at home or on your phone or whatever, you know, paying attention to what pops up, like does it have any deeper significance? Just pay attention to music in the near future, because it may have some messages for you. But I think that is all I have for you guys, pile 2. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching my ads. That is the simplest and easiest way to support me. But if you'd like to support me in other ways, you can check out the extended, which will be linked down below. We're going to kind of look at like I said, how this person is feeling, what they kind of hope to happen between you and them, and what Spirit wants you to know about this connection. But other ways you can support me, you can like this video, which is super helpful. You can comment down below, let me know how it resonates. You can subscribe if you haven't already and click that little bell notification to be notified whenever I upload a new video. You can check out my social media, though do be aware I have tons of scammers pretending to be me, so if it is not linked from my YouTube channel, it is not mine. I also do not offer readings, so if you get a DM from someone claiming to be me, offering you a personal reading, that's not me. And I have merch, but that's all I have for you guys, so thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for being here. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye! Hi there, Pile 3. If you guys chose this Aquamarine Fox, it also is called like Nine Tails, so I don't know if that's like an anime reference or something. Please don't roast me, I don't know, but it's a fox with 9 tails that is made of aquamarine. Then this is going to be your reading. So first we are going to see who this is, and then we're going to use the tarot to see why they are missing you. But of course, first we have to ask who dis. So to start, we have the Destroyer in reverse. We have Debilitated with Discomfort. We have Phoenix. We have Movement. We have Clarity. The trigger statement is, I am so confused, and the truth statement is, I am present. Allow your mind to clear and let the noise of your thoughts fall away. Listen to your intuition. And we have, I forgive myself for taking from others. When I am concerned, I may not have enough for a future moment in time. I choose to believe that I am constantly being moved towards what is meant for me, and life's unconditional support is not only unwavering, but also unending. This is a really interesting energy. Oh, okay, I say interesting a lot. So this is a very, I don't know what kind of hair that is, but okay. I don't have any other way to say it other than it's interesting. Who this is to you may be different for all of you, but what I can say about this person is they are, well, depending on who it is, because this is a collective reading, ranging from anywhere to majorly struggling. That would be one end of the spectrum, and the other end would be struggling, but they're kind of rising from the ashes, so to speak. I do feel like this is a person that is pretty different from you. I feel like they may have helped you grow in a lot of ways, and vice versa. But I do feel like this is somebody who is very hesitant to change and may at times be more self-centered or more focused on their world. It is quite possible when they were younger that they could have had some sort of God complex. Maybe for some of you they still do, but I think that if that was there, the experiences that they've been having in their life have kind of forced them to let go of that. I think that they have been having ego deaths, and if this person had a plan in life, they don't have that plan anymore. With the Movement card being here, it's almost like they've been going through a lot of tower moments, and this is an astrology card, so debilitated in this case would be like the circumstances around them are pushing them to grow, but it's not easy. It pushes them to change how they go about things. It pushes them to, you know, literally climb up staircases. You know, I'd much rather go down a staircase than up one, and they got to go up quite a few, as it seems. I feel like this person maybe didn't really take much time to consider how their actions maybe made other people feel. With the Phoenix card being here, I think this person is having a lot of clarity on their behavior and how their behavior affected people from their past. And I feel like you are included in that. With the Movement card being here, I think that for some of you, a significant time has passed since you've communicated with this person. But I think that this person, most likely through social media or just through word of mouth, and with their social circles, they're seeing everyone around them move forward. And I think that this kind of triggered an insecurity within them where they're like, why am I still doing the same thing? I haven't really changed. I haven't really grown much. I feel like this person is really resistant to change, and they may have been in a situation when they were younger where they kind of effortlessly received whatever they wanted from their environment, whether it was through charm or through having the right connections or just through even speaking it into existence. And I feel like those same techniques that this person used are no longer working. And I think part of the reason is because this person's environment has changed a lot. The people that are, if they're in the same environment, the people that are there now are much different or much younger. I feel like this person is recognizing that time is changing and they haven't really been changing. And so there's this recognition that they need to move forward. And for some of you, this person is really struggling with that. They may be feeling like the universe is out to get them, that the universe is against them, that they don't understand why everything is going so poorly. But for others, they've actually kind of taken this kick in the behind from the universe very seriously and are recognizing that they may have hit rock bottom, that there's nowhere to go but up, or that they need to grow, they need to rise from this, because just sitting at rock bottom is not what they want. This person may have had a bit of a Peter Pan complex where they didn't really want to grow up, and maybe seeing a lot of people in their life move on or grow up has been really difficult for them. And they're starting to recognize that they need to learn to rely on themselves to become the person that they want to be, rather than just banking on the idea that the universe or the people around them will always just provide whatever they want. I feel like it's quite possible for some of you, this could be an ex where like you broke up with them, or this could have been a friend that maybe took advantage of your kindness and took advantage of your willingness to be there for them. And maybe you, for some reason, Spirit wants me to use the word terminated the friendship, but with the word terminated, that makes me think of like work. So maybe this was a work colleague or something like that. Maybe they got terminated from their job. I definitely see that this person, whatever throne that they used to sit on, they've been kicked off of it. It honestly, and speaking of Peter, so I don't know if the name Peter is significant, because Peter Pan came through, and then Catherine the Great's husband, Peter, he was kind of notorious for being that way too, for being very immature and not really being a great fit to run a country. To be fair though, I've seen more of the fictionalized show than I have studied that in a long time. So take that with a grain of salt, but I do know that the real Peter was not the most cut out to be running a country. So I think that this person is maybe recognizing that they had a very inflated sense of self, or a very inflated understanding of their importance or their contribution, because I feel like this person maybe didn't really contribute very much. They didn't really contribute to their environment, and I think that they really were more so concerned about themselves than the people around them. But I do think that these experiences that they've had are causing them to have more clarity. You may be one of the few people that spoke the truth to them. Like maybe you told this person off, or you told this person like how their actions had affected you, or how their actions had affected you and the people around both of you. But I feel like this person has been served with so much truth that they can't really deny it anymore. So with the Lemon card being here, I feel like this person at first didn't believe any of that. And those same sentiments have been echoed by other people. So whatever you told them, I think other people have said these things to them as well. And even though this is supposed to be part of the why part, I think you were one of the only people in their life that was really real with them. And I don't think they appreciated that when they were around you before, because I think that they believed that when people were flattering their ego, it was the real thing. It kind of makes me think of the movie The Favorite, which I think that centers around Queen Anne, but it's actually really, really, really good movie, where two women are basically fighting over being the queen's favorite. One of them, her name is Sarah, I believe. She's like she's honestly really harsh, but she's honest and motivated by her own things. And then another person comes in that just flatters her ego and really just gives her what she wants. And I'm not going to spoil the movie, but essentially I feel like a lot of people may have been like the second character around this person, where they just told this person what they wanted to hear and flattered them. But I feel like you told this person what they needed to hear, and I don't think you really gave their ego what it wanted. And I think that they didn't like that, but I think through reflection they're realizing that they needed that, or that you were right. Because depending on where this person is at, because it will be different for all of you being here, for some of you this person is really down about the fact that you were right, and for others they're realizing that you were telling them the truth and that they took that for granted, or that they didn't take it in the way that it was meant, and they didn't realize that that honesty was coming from a more genuine place. I definitely think that this person is going through an important growth process, and because they've had such an unwillingness to grow for a long time, it's almost like the universe is literally doing it for them. But I do think that no matter what, this person will rise from those ashes. It's just when it happens and the level to which it happens is going to be dependent. It's going to be different for all of you, not dependent. Well, I guess it's dependent on who the person is, but it's going to be different for each person. But I also think with this Phoenix card being here that you and this person could have like past life ties, or just maybe like some karmic healing that you've done, or I don't know, maybe you were both meant to be in each other's lives to teach each other things. I don't know, but we're gonna go ahead and get into the tarot now. Actually, no, we're not. We're gonna first look at letters and numbers to see if this may help you get some confirmation. This doesn't have to resonate, but you could get confirmation that this is the reading for you through your initials or their initials if you're thinking of a specific person. I still haven't unpacked my charm box yet, but I do have these out. So Spirit, what letters and numbers may be relevant to pile 3? Okay, so we have a 4, we have 444. So I do think that for some of you, you are being kind of protected in this situation by the universe, whether you realize it or not. We have a broken K. Oh, and there's the other part of it. So K could be significant, or there could just be something that's not okay about this situation that hasn't been okay. We have 1A, 2 A's, FAA could be, oh wait, no, that's an E. We have an M or a W. I think that this is a W. We have E. I see few. So I do feel like there's few people that have stood up to this person or told this person what they think. French in some way could be significant. We have a B. We have an R. Brew. So I don't know, maybe there's like some barista action going on, or bartenders or something like that. Maybe that was significant. We also have an N. So yeah, maybe you guys were friends. Turn that 5 into an S. We have, yeah, so we also have 555. So I definitely think that this is indicating that there have been changes here, but these could be significant synchronicities. April or May could be significant. We also have 6, and we have a 0. So 6 would be June. 0 is not a month, but it is the number of the Fool. So that's what we have for those. So if that resonates, there you go. But if it doesn't, take it with a grain of salt. All that matters is that it's resonating for you. It's just extra confirmation because I know people were missing that. So, okay, let's go ahead and see why this person is missing you. And hopefully the tarot cards will validate what I've already picked up on. So this is the Santa Muerte tarot. I have to say that, like, I have so many tarot decks. This has to be still one of my favorite tarot decks I own. So I don't know, if you're in the market for a tarot deck and you like this one, I would recommend it, because I don't know, I like it a lot. Okay, kind of hard to shuffle though, but that's okay. So Spirit, why does this person miss pile 3? Why does this person miss pile 3? Okay. Nah. Okay, yeah, we have the 8 of Swords. And we have the Sun. Oh my gosh, I'm hearing like mariachi music in my head. We have the High Priestess in reverse. We have the World upright. You are definitely a very significant part of this person's life. I mean, we have 3 majors coming out right off the bat. So can we clarify the 8 of Swords, please? We have the 5 of Cups in reverse. Can we clarify the Sun? The Empress. Wow, okay. Some of you could have children with this person, or it could have been in a very serious relationship with this person. We have the 7 of Cups upright. The World upright. We have the Magician upright. And on the back of the deck, we have the Fool in reverse. Okay, yeah, wow. We have so many major cards here. You definitely played a very major role in this person's life. So if you don't know who this is, I don't know if this pile is for you. But this person is definitely in their head about you. And I think that they are actually really, really struggling mentally. They may be in a really dark place right now for some of you. I think they see you thriving, and there's a part of them that's envious, but there's also a part of them that misses being around you. With the Sun and the Empress, I feel like you were kind of all that in a bag of chips. I feel like this person didn't realize how happy you made them in their life until you weren't in it anymore. And with the Empress card being here, it's like they didn't realize what a good thing they had until they didn't have it. And with the 7 of Cups being here with the High Priestess in reverse, it's like you always knew the right things to say to them. Like you always had the best guidance. You always knew what was going on with them. Like they didn't even have to say anything. Like you're very intuitive. With the Empress and the High Priestess being here, I think that you have a lot of divine feminine energy about you. And I think that this person didn't realize that it would be so hard to find someone again that could read them so easily. I think they took you and your intuitive gifts for granted. And I also feel like you were in their corner in a way that nobody else was. And I think they also took your honesty for granted as well. With like the 7 of Cups being here, I think that this person was too busy thinking about what they didn't have when you were around. And I think that you cut through a lot of confusion for them. You always brought them back down to earth in a way that nobody else really could. And I think that, you know, with the World card being here, there has been some kind of major ending between the two of you. And with the Magician card being here, I feel like this person is really thinking about how they played a role in that. I feel like they may be trying to manifest you back into their life. We can look at that in the extended, of course. I'm sighing because it's just like, yeah, of course pile 3 was really amazing. Like you gave them your heart. You were very good to them, whether this was in a friendship way or in a romantic way. Like you really were like ride or die for them. And they took that for granted. They acted like a fool. They were straight up foolish. And I think that this person assumed that they would always be able to attract somebody like you into their life, but they didn't realize that, like, oh no, that people like pile 3 are not a dime a dozen. Like these are rare treasures that you want to hold on to and not discard and treat poorly. And so with this Fool card being here, it's like this person thought that they would have this whole new beginning and it would just be so fun and great. And I think they realized like they've just been acting pardon my French, but dumb as fuck. Like, I think they're starting to realize how they just have been so driven by fickle pleasures or the next exciting thing or the next fun thing that they straight up just did not think about the fact that, like, at some point they were gonna have to grow up. Like, I think that they really have been just in this la la land fantasy delusion that they could just, you know, skirt on by and everything would always be easy for them and they'd never have to work for anything. What's underneath this Queen of Cups? Yeah, is that the 9 or the 6 of Cups? That's the only thing I will say about this deck. It's kind of hard to tell what the 6s and the 9s are, but yeah, this is the 9 of Cups. It's like they didn't know what they wanted, and so they pushed something really great away without realizing that maybe they wouldn't get that back. With the Empress card and the Sun being here, like if you've moved on, like if you're with someone else, if you have children, if you have a family, what I will say is that this person probably stalks your social media, is probably super angry and disappointed, which that's their problem. Like they fully recognize you as the one that got away, or they see you as like you're like the biggest regret they've ever had, the biggest mistake they've ever made, and they didn't realize until it was too late that like you were it. And with the 8 of Swords, it's like I think that's one of the things they beat themselves up for, and no matter where they're at in life, it's like they are trying their best to get out of this dark place, but they almost feel like, which this is a them problem, I'm not putting this on you, they feel like because you're not around, because you're not by their side, that their life will never be that great because there's a piece of it missing. And I can't help but just like sit here and feel like, well, that's what happens when you don't treat a good thing very good. They're gonna move on and someone is gonna treat them right. Like, that's how this happens. And if they're far away, I feel like this person thinks about like, what if I had done more? Like, what if I had made that move or made that jump? They think about that a lot. And with the Magician card being here as well, I feel like this person is, for some of you, looking at your past and what you said to them as huge motivation to better themselves. But for others, it's like they may be trying to manifest you back. And one thing I will say, like if you've moved on, if you're happy, be careful, because this person may try to come back in and say everything that they can to kind of get you hooked on them. And I don't know if they have anything to really back up what they're saying. They may still be all talk. Obviously you're clearly highly intuitive and you can trust yourself to make the best decisions. But I do wonder if this person, how grounded this person is, because we have no pentacles here whatsoever. So I do feel like that this person has a lot of learning and growing to do. With the World card and the Magician being here as well, they have a very fixed mindset. Like when I think of the World, you know, it represents all of the fixed signs, which is Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo, which we have Leo energy here. We have the Empress is ruled by Venus, so that would be Taurus again, Libra. The Magician is ruled by Mercury, so that would be Virgo and Gemini. That's a lot of signs, but we got a lot of major cards out here. This person really, like, they're recognizing that the way that they viewed life and the mindsets that they had about life we're not solid. We're not, we're delusional. We're quite frankly delusional. And I think that this person is starting to be spanked by life in a way where they're like, oh wow, you know, I've really had the wrong interests in mind. And I think they see you from afar. Like they're like, if you have social media, they are stalking it. If you have mutual friends, they are asking about you or hoping to hear about you. I feel like they they're really confused because there's a part of their ego that like doesn't want to admit that you may be right about things, but the truth is kind of smacking them in the face to the point where they're like, oh yeah, pile 3 was right. They were right. I have fucked up. It's like, and it's not just about you, it's about life in general, about how they've treated others, about their attitude with life. Like with this 5 of Cups being here, it's like they're really beating themselves up, but it's like they have no one to blame but themselves. So really a lot of what they do is dependent on how they choose to use this energy. Are they going to use it to be self-deprecating and fall deeper into this rock bottom energy, or are they going to use it to grow and rise above and rise like a phoenix from the ashes? So we're going to finish this reading off with advice, but I think what we're going to do in the extended is look at what you need to know about the situation. And then I think what we're going to do after that is kind of turn this into a hype session from Spirit, because I feel like you deserve it. I'm really in the mood to hype you up. All the extendeds have been very unique so they've all been wildly different. So if you're drawn to another pile, feel free to check that out too. But yeah, I think what we're going to do is see what Spirit wants you to know about this connection in general, get advice from there, and then we're gonna hype you up, and we're gonna talk about why you're amazing and give you further advice. So if you want a life check-in as well, stick around for that in the extended. But we're going to finish this off with some guidance from Spirit about this situation. So we have virtue. You acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow. Yeah, so I think Spirit is saying, you know, you've remained virtuous in this situation, and you should be very proud of the fact that you have stayed true to your values and your morals, and you haven't compromised those. We also have Cardinal. The polarities of your spiritual pursuits and physical pleasures are out of balance, so do whatever is necessary to bring them back into equilibrium. I always say with these, because the messages are so specific, like this, maybe just the Cardinal is significant, or this could also be true. You know, maybe you're getting too lost in the physical or too lost in the spiritual, and you might want to balance those out. So Spirit may want you to be aware of that. We might see that in the extended. We also have a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. So this could be related to this situation or something else. You know, maybe you come to a conclusion about this situation or this person where you feel like you can kind of resolve it, or maybe you are worried about something else, maybe something to do with a Cancer person in your life. I feel like Cancer sign person, should clarify, but I do think Spirit is saying something that you've been working through is reaching a resolution. And finally, we have protection. Call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. So I do think Spirit is saying, one, that they have been protecting you. And if you see 444 anywhere, that is definitely a sign that you are being protected, either from this person or just in general. I also think Spirit is saying, you know, stand in your power. Don't allow anyone to take advantage of your boundaries or your truths. But also, you know, for some reason I'm hearing RuPaul, but like, you know, the typical phrase is, you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love somebody else? But if you can't protect yourself, how in the hell are you gonna protect somebody else? I don't know. I mean, can I get an amen? I guess, but RuPaul didn't say that. Spirit's messing up her quote. So yeah, pile 3. What an interesting reading. I'm going to go ahead and take this over to the extended now, where we're going to look at what you need to know about this connection and then hype you up and talk about why you're amazing. So if you want to check that out, that'll be linked below. But that is all I have for you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for watching my ads or leaving them run while they play. That is the simplest and easiest way to support me. But if you'd like to support me in other ways, you can like this video, which is super helpful. You can comment down below, let me know how it resonates. You can subscribe if you haven't already, and click that little bell notification to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. You can check out my social media, though do be aware I have tons of scammers pretending to be me. I do not offer personal readings, and if someone enters your DMs claiming to be me offering you a personal reading, it is not me. My account is at RealEsoTarot, RealEsoTarot, no underscores, no nothing. I do not have a backup account, so if someone is saying that, they're a liar. and I have merch, but that's all I have. So thank you guys so much for being here and letting me do this reading for you. I hope you will have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you are watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hi there, pile 4. Welcome to your reading and thank you so much for being here. Oh my gosh, let me get pile 3 out of the way. If you guys chose this Sunstone and Iolite little stone and the Edgar Allan Poe tarot, this is going to be a reading on who is missing you. We are going to use the tarot to see why, but first we have to ask who dis. So to start, let's go ahead and look at the oracle cards. So to start, we have the Starborn. We have the 7th house with relationship. We have the Elephant. We have, I don't know if I'm gonna say this right, Spikenard. Just makes me think of The Office and Andy being the Nard dog. Anyway, we have Faith, and the trigger statement being, why does this always happen to me? And the true statement being, I am at peace. Know that everything will work out as it needs to, and hold a space of gratitude as you watch the miracles unfold. We also have endurance, and we have, I forgive myself for feeling as though there is only one path available to me. I forgive myself for feeling as though the only path available to me is one that has been paved by those before me. I choose to believe that when I take the risk to pursue what feels possible in my heart, I expand the realm of possibility for the collective. So pile 4, I'm just gonna say right away, this is definitely someone very significant. This could in fact be your significant other, or this could be someone that you had an intense relationship or intimate relationship with. This could be a past relationship or a connection with someone that never really got off the ground. For a few of you though, this could be someone that you don't know, and it might be because you have a soul connection to them and your souls may be missing one another but haven't necessarily met one another in the physical yet. No matter what, I think that this is somebody where if you've met them, you'll know it because this is quite an intense connection. And with the Elephant card being here, we have fire energy. So this person could have Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements. They don't have to, but it definitely seems like this connection has faced obstacles. And this is a connection that has endured a lot. So like, even if you haven't been with this person in a relationship, it's like no matter what you two have been through, the feelings have endured, or whatever you've gone through, the way you feel about this person, the desire to be intimate with them, the desire to be connected to them in a relationship has endured. For some of you, I definitely feel like this is a long distance relationship that you're in, or an intense long distance connection. For others, you could be in separation with this person, or like I said, you may not know who this person is yet, because this is definitely a connection that is connected at the soul. With the Starborn card being here, this person is definitely very unique. If you resonate with being, you resonate with the label Starseed, I think this person would resonate with that as well. You both may be black sheep, or at the very least, this person feels like a black sheep. But at the same time, I think because they have these tendencies to be so odd and different, that they may find themselves wanting to follow a very straight and narrow path, or follow a path of conformity as a way to feel more normal or feel more safe. I feel like this connection has opened both of your hearts in a way and given you more faith in the divine. But there have definitely been obstacles here, and I don't think it's been easy. With the Elephant card being here, this person is likely older than you, or maybe has just faced more. I mean, I guess as humans, we all face things, so I can't say that this person has faced more than you have, but they may have just been living longer. With the Elephant card being here, I do feel like this person may have wisdom beyond their years, or they may just have this amount of kindness for people where sometimes it doesn't make sense. I feel like this person is a bit compassionate, a bit more compassionate than most, or a bit more tolerant of negative behavior than most. I also feel like this person may have placed obstacles in this connection without even realizing it. The divine works through both of you in very interesting ways, where you both may actually create obstacles for one another without even realizing it. it's just kind of the way the divine works through you to create what's most important for your soul's growth. I feel like with this 7th house card being here, you and this person share a very deep and intimate connection. I kind of love how similar the Starborn card and the 7th house card are together, like the colors. I'm having trouble talking, so you may have trouble speaking to this person, or you may get nervous around this person, because I feel myself, like, as I'm channeling, getting really nervous, which is silly because it's the 4th pile, and I usually only feel this way when I'm like doing the intros and I'm not channeling, so it's like not my, it's me actually talking and not spirit talking through me. But I definitely think that there are triggering aspects of this connection where it's kind of forced the both of you to surrender, or at the very least you to surrender. I feel like this person really cares about you. And I think you guys are unaware of the divine support you've had throughout this process, because it has been more subtle than you're aware of. This person does have a desire to be normal and accepted. And I do feel like there's a lot of mirroring in this connection. So if you feel like I'm talking about you, it's probably because you're mirroring this person, or maybe I am talking about you and you might want to check a different pile. But I think that this person has been ascending a lot with this Elephant card here. I feel like they've been growing at a much more rapid rate than they have in the past, and I feel like they're empowering themselves in ways they haven't before. If you're a very spiritually connected person and this person wasn't, I think that their faith in the divine and faith in spirit is growing like tenfold. Like, they're having crazy rapid growth, and it's almost like they're going through a rebirth right now. And with the Faith card being here, I definitely think that they're starting to reopen their heart, or their heart chakra is getting upgrades. I also think that this person is looking at their relationship to themselves differently and their relationships with others differently. I also think that if this person is someone kind of non-committal, they may be looking at you as someone that they would be in a relationship with if you're not already dating them. Because for some of you, I feel like you'll be like, oh yeah, that's my partner, we're together. But there's obstacles, like maybe there's family restrictions or visa restrictions, or you're long distance, or whatever the case may be. But no matter what, this is definitely someone that you share a very deep and intimate connection with. This is someone that you really care for, and vice versa. And for a select few of you, you may not know who this person is yet, but your soul knows they exist and their soul knows you exist. And I feel like you both are ready to meet in the physical. So that's who we're going to be channeling. So if you have no idea who this is and it doesn't resonate at all, I would pick another pile. But otherwise, I think you know exactly who I'm talking about, even if you haven't quite met them yet. So let's go ahead and see why they are missing you. So we are using the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot for this pile, and I'm excited to use these cards because they're so easy to shuffle. It's just like very satisfying to shuffle them. So I don't know, I may take a little bit longer to shuffle this pile, and once I'm done channeling this part, I will figure out what we are going to do in your extended. All of the extendeds have been unique so far, so who knows what we will do for this pile. Though I do have a feeling this pile will be a little juicy because the energy has been different in the other piles. That's not a good or bad thing, it's just a thing. So if you felt drawn to another pile, it's definitely a different person that is missing you as well as this person. Okay, one more. Spirit wants me to do one more, and then we will start shuffling. So there's a lot of divinity when it comes to this connection, and a lot of divine, I don't even want to say intervention, but just guidance. I feel like that is really taking the lead in this connection. But let's go ahead and see. Spirit, why is this person missing pile 4? Okay, we have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Why is this person? We have Justice in reverse. We have the Tower upright. Why is this person missing? We have the Knight of Wands. Oh my gosh, that is quite a Knight of Wands. All right. Let me clarify the Four of Pentacles, please. We have the Sun in reverse. Oh my gosh. Clarifying Justice, we have the Page of Wands. Clarifying the Tower, we have the Page of Cups. Clarifying the Knight of Wands, we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. And on the back of the deck, we have the King of Wands. And the Ten of Pentacles is wanting to pop out there, so that's interesting. Wow, there's a lot of fierce fire energy coming from this person, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, where do I even start with this spirit? Like, I almost want to take my hoodie off. I'm like, whew, okay. I'm gonna start with the Knight of Wands here. This person, okay, wait. I just need, oh my gosh, I forgot to get letters and numbers, so maybe I should do that first. I've been doing that for each pile. I just got some letters and numbers to either confirm who this person is, confirm this is the pile for you, or give any random messages. So really quickly, Spirit, what letters and numbers are relevant to this pile? Okay. So, we have C, B, D. Somebody could be taking some CBD. We have L. We have T. We have another T. We have P. Physical therapy could be significant. We have another C. So you have repeating T's and repeating C's. So this person could have double letters in their name. We have an O. And let's see, we also have a 2. We have 1, 2. We have tons of zeros. So I feel like there's a new beginning that's wanting to happen, or there's been a lot of rebirth happening here. Zeros just always make me think of the Fool. Oh my god, no, we have 6 zeros. Wow. Okay, that's a lot. We also have a 6. We have a 9. Do with that what you will. We also have a 4. Yeah, if I can pick it up. We have a 4. We have another 9. And we have an M or a W, but I think it's supposed to be an M. We have an A. We have an I. We have an F. We have an E. We have a B. We have an I. And we have a K. I don't know why this M idea was like, oh, there's something here that's mid. Anyway, all right, let's get into why this person is missing you. Okay, well, first of all, with the 4 of Pentacles and the Sun being here, this person fully recognizes that you make them incredibly happy, and that they're very happy when they're around you. And if they held themselves back from you, I feel like they are kind of beating themselves up for doing that. Like, they know that there's happiness to be had here, but there's a part of them that doesn't trust themselves. However, if you're already in a relationship with them, this person misses you because they want to be with you, and for whatever reason they can't. In fact, they just want to come charging towards you full steam ahead and like whisk you off your feet and do some quite let's just say there's a lot of physical energy in this pile. This person definitely is very attracted to you physically, and I think that if you've been physically intimate with them before, I feel like this person is really missing that. And I think that they are starting to feel a little like ravenous about it. Like, they're kind of, they almost think very irrationally when they get in that state. With the Justice in reverse and the Page of Wands being here, if there's been any altercations or disagreements in the past, I feel like this person really wants to make things right. With the Justice card, that can also talk about relationships, and maybe this person is recognizing that they're not mature enough for a relationship, or in the past they were not mature enough for one. So they may have felt like they've done you dirty, or that they need to set the record straight, but maybe they're not sure how yet. With the Page of Wands being here, I really feel like this person tries to be better and do better, but they kind of have this devil on their shoulder, kind of always chasing them. And I feel like this person is learning to overcome certain tendencies. Like, you know, with the path of conformity, if they have a lot of destructive people around them, maybe it's a lot easier for them to be destructive as well. I didn't mention also, but the 7th house is Libra energy. We have all this fire energy, but Justice is also Libra energy. And then with all of the wands, we have Leo energy with the sun, and more fire, Aries and Sagittarius with the sun. With the Tower, that's ruled by Mars, so Aries energy and Scorpio energy could also be significant. But yeah, this person gets themselves into trouble because they follow their whims, and then there's like consequences for that happening. I feel like this person has been afraid to take life more seriously, but they're learning to grow. Like, we have the Page all the way up to the King. Like, the only thing we don't have is the Queen of Wands. So if you're a fire sign, I feel like this person is trying to be on your level. Like, if you resonate with Queen of Wands energy, I feel like this person is trying to make their way, like, get on your level and kind of be that matching counterpart. Actually, I wonder where the Queen of Wands is in this. I'm not going to go through and try and find it, but I wish I knew where it was so I could show you. Maybe I'll do that in the extended. But this is definitely a powerful, powerful energy. With the Tower card being here, I feel like a lot has happened in this person's life since the last time you were with this person. And I feel like they recognize that they either owe you some sort of apology, or they miss like the playful energy that there was between the two of you. I'm not gonna lie, if you're already in a relationship with this person, there will definitely be messages here that won't resonate for you, because, you know, I feel like this person, maybe if you're dating this person, it's probably more clear cut like why they miss you and things of that nature. But if you're not communicating with this person, or you're not talking to this person, I feel like this person either has things that they want to apologize for to balance things out, or they've seen the error of their ways, or karma has kind of come full circle for them. Like, maybe things that they did to you happened to them, or vice versa. I also think that they're recognizing where their current lifestyle just isn't working for them anymore. And I feel like they want to take action towards you, but they don't have much clarity on this situation. Like, they don't know what they want to do yet. They don't know how they want to go about things. And for some, I feel like they don't even know if they're ready yet. Like, they want to come towards you, but they don't want to come towards you until they're sure and they're ready. I'm actually kind of shook at how similar this Elephant card is to this King of Wands. Like, this person has a lot of growing to do, or has had a lot of growing to do. I think they're in that process of growing, but it's like, when they're ready to come towards you, they're gonna come full steam ahead. Yeah, it's almost like there's something that they can't control. It's almost like they're waiting for something to change with this Hanged Man here. Or they could just be seeing things differently. But I think the reason why they miss you is because you make them really happy. They feel incredibly connected to you. If this person is worried about finances, I think that's something that may be holding them back. Or they may have this belief that they can't be happy until they have a certain amount of financial gain or things like that. Or they have a certain amount of financial stability. But I look at this Sun card upright, and it's really precious because I feel like this person really does see you as somebody really special and somebody that can make them really happy. But I also think that they're afraid of being quote unquote tied down, which is what I'm hearing. And I also think they don't know what they want. And I think this person has a recognition that they can be destructive and hurt others if they're not sure of what they want or sure of what they're going after. And so it's almost like this person is afraid of doing anything beyond something playful or just something casual because they don't want to deal with the repercussions or hurt themselves or anyone else. And this person has much deeper feelings for you than people they would see casually. So, I mean, if you're dating this person, I don't think that they're like messing around with people casually or anything like that. But if you're in separation with this person or not talking to this person or things like that, I feel like this person recognizes that there's something deeper with you that I think that is very uncomfortable, actually deeply uncomfortable for them. And it's like they don't feel they're mature, grown up enough quite yet to handle that, or that's the journey that they're on right now. With the Ace of Swords in reverse with the Knight of Wands upright, I feel like this person, is almost kind of like sowing their wild oats or figuring out how to be their best self or be better and do better, because this person recognizes that they haven't taken responsibility for certain things, that they haven't been the most upfront or honest about what they've been going through. And I think they're undergoing this really deep process of change and growth. And I think that they've only started recently listening to what their heart is telling them, listening to what the universe is telling them. I think that this person has been on such a highly energetic, but also fickle and destructive path where they're just kind of going after whatever is interesting in the moment or following the crowd that's around them. I feel like this person hasn't wanted to be grounded, hasn't wanted to tie themselves down in any way. And so it's like they've actively been holding themselves back from you because they recognize that you would make them very happy, but they don't want to mess anything up. They don't feel they're mature enough. They don't feel that they're worthy enough yet to present themselves to you, or they may be worried, depending on their past, that they've already destroyed things, that they've already ruined things. And I feel like this person almost needs some sort of redemption arc for themselves, and I feel like they're in the middle of their redemption arc. I don't know what that looks like, but because of the varied energies in this pile, I definitely feel like this person misses you, but fully recognizes that they have to finish their journey first before they can put themselves in your world again, or try to be in your world again. Because honestly, for some of you, I feel like they worry that they may have missed their chance. And if they have, I feel like that's something that they're forever going to beat themselves up about. But I also think that this person, the phrase time heals all wounds. I feel like this person is hoping that enough time will pass that you both can kind of just easily resolve whatever has gone on between the two of you. Now that's up to you. I don't know how you may feel about that, but more so than anything, I feel like this person misses you because they recognize that you have a really special connection with one another, that you have something really worth fighting for and being in, but this person doesn't see themselves as worthy of it. They don't see themselves as ready or stable enough yet for something like that. And if this person did things in the past, or if things didn't go so great in the past, I think this person still beats themselves up for that, and they don't necessarily know how you see them, and they might be afraid of you a little bit in the sense that they're worried that they may ruin things or make things worse or something of that nature. Like, the energy here is really, really intense, and so I feel like this person would rather just suppress the energy until they feel ready to come forward. But I think what we're gonna have to do in the extended is look at what this person, well, I guess I want to see what Spirit wants you to know. I want to see how this person is feeling about you and what they're what their intentions are with this connection. And then I think we're gonna get some channel messages because I think that might be kind of interesting, and finish off with some advice. But for the free reading, we are going to go ahead and finish this reading off with some final advice from the universe, just whatever they want to tell you and want to let you know, because I think it's kind of straightforward. This person misses you because they're not with you. They feel this deep, intense connection with you, but they may kind of run from it because they don't feel ready to face you or ready to face the situation. So we have elevation. You are making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. So if you've been doing things to raise your vibration, I think there's your confirmation that you are doing so. We also have gorilla, which kind of similar to this guy. I don't know, what's that? A baboon? I don't know. Take time to listen compassionately to those you love, especially your family members. I think also if you're in touch with your spirit guides, take time to listen to what your guides have to say about this situation. We also have bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. And we have align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? So I think Spirit is encouraging you to continue to act out of love. This person may trigger your ego or just trigger insecurities within you. I think Spirit is reminding you to redirect your energy back to love, even when you are having trouble doing that. Maybe focusing on the connections that are presently in your life that bring a lot of love into it might be helpful as well. But I think that Spirit is asking you to really just focus on doing what's best for you. Focus on loving yourself, obviously, but also, you know, doing things that are going to bring more love into your life. Like, that is what is raising your vibration. And I think that you have plenty of love in your life already. You may be missing this person as well, and it may be extra easy to be triggered by this person or triggered by their actions or lack of actions. And I think Spirit is saying, you know, there are things that you both need to align with. And right now, I think Spirit is saying to remember to act out of love. And I'm not necessarily saying towards this person, but just in general. And, you know, when you're really struggling to make a decision when it comes to yourself, I would ask yourself, what would love do? So pile 4, I think I'm going to take this over to the extended now, where, like I said, we're going to look at how this person is feeling about you and what their intentions for this connection are, since they are missing you, and we'll see what Spirit wants you to know. And then we'll get some channel messages and final advice. But if you're leaving me here, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that this reading resonated. Oh, and thank you so much for watching my ads. That's the simplest and easiest way to support me. You don't have to watch them, but even just like letting them play in the background while you sit on your phone is just super helpful for me. If you'd like to support me in other ways, you can like this video. You can comment down below. Let me know how it resonated. You can subscribe if you haven't already, and you can click that little bell notification to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. You can check out my social media, though do beware, I have tons of scammers pretending to be me. So if it is not linked directly from my YouTube channel, it is not mine. And I do not offer personal readings. So if you get a DM from an account claiming to be me offering you a personal reading, it's not me. So, and I have merch, but that's all I have. So thank you guys so much for being here and for letting me read your cards. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you are watching this video, and I hope you come back and see me again soon. Bye.